Regarding the development of my practice, I've been taking my favorite techniques from my past and combining them with new techniques that I'm still learning. Notably, live casting, using clay as an extension of the human body, and mold making. I have had time to focus and evolve ideas that feel more integral to me, and perhaps more honest. I'm using my practice to express feelings, not necessarily facts or insights. I see the world a certain way, and sometimes this cannot be defined by words. I find music extremely helpful in expressing these so-called inexpressible feelings. That's also one of the reasons I want to use film as a way of presenting my work. Through film, I can combine the best of all my inner worlds as well as sharing and making something with other people. I'm creating these pieces to be a part of a film I will make. I am also writing a script. As the narrative stands now, I'm looking at a simple premise. What if Jesus was a woman? What if God was a girl? I will create a female Messiah character who will be surrounded by their so-called apostles. This person will perform so-called miracles. These miracles will then be exposed as being fake, after which this Messiah will undergo a public shunning, mostly spread through social media. This isn't a critique of religion. I'm not dogmatic. It's more about the psychological leaps people take in order to define the universe, defining the indefinable. This person will be surrounded by devout followers. There will be a clear mirroring with the biblical crucifixion. This might seem like a tired, worn-out story, but it is a story that has shaped Western philosophy, morale, and social norms. These are things which we are re-examining and reshaping here. The need to be consumed by others and consume them. At the moment, I've been opening myself up to experimentation, trying to let my hands create a relationship with the fabric and let it do the talking. One of the things I realized I should do more is research a bit more about a new technique instead of just doing it. I tend to often skip the instruction phase and dive straight in. This may have caused some setbacks, so I'll be bearing this in mind for the future. Regarding my immersive learning experience, I've been sending a few emails and been talking to a few people, spoken to a few artists I've been interested in. I had a minor setback yesterday. Someone who I was really interested in going to work with told me he just didn't have the capacity or didn't have enough work to really take someone on for the moment, but maybe in the future. So I'll keep the dialogue open, and I never know. I'm also still waiting for a couple of replies, so I'm going to keep engaging with the emails and continue. I did really want to go somewhere, far, far away for 2 months or something, just to sort of gain a different perspective and maybe also sort of come down to earth. But I don't know if that's possible at the moment, but I'm going to remain optimistic and see what happens. I went to visit a professional videographer. I was quite taken aback at how much equipment was actually being used to do something which was seemingly quite simple. However, from past experience, I know that you don't always need the most fancy equipment to get a good result. I would say that the reading group was very important to me because it sort of allowed me to break my own perspectives a little bit and maybe sort of observe my own preconceptions from a distance. But I would say that's something which has been part of the entire program. I actually originally started making soap because I thought it'd be a nice thing to give people for Christmas. And then I really got into it and I didn't stop. And I wanted to give each of you your own little soap. So I'm just going to show you what they look like in the video. And maybe I'll get them to you when we all return or at some point in the future are together again. I like the idea that you would each have a tiny piece of me for Christmas. And, you know, you hold soap in your hands, you sort of rub it on your skin. And for me, my hands are so important and so integral to how I deal with the world and how I interpret it, how I sort of filter my feelings. And it's not always clear, it's not always obvious, but for me, it's the one thing that feels honest.